Wait, am I doing this right? Yeah, I'm doing it right. Okay. Ah. Let's see. Okay, I've got that, and hopefully I'm going to go live in Facebook and share to your group. Put your description in there. Don't forget your description. Whoa. Oh, I didn't even copy the right thing. How funny is that? Not funny. Haha. Copy. Oh my God, is this going to be one of those sessions where I'm coughing? That is not cool. Let's see if I can remedy this with a little tea. Okay, there we go. That's better. Copy, paste, share to your group. League of Badass Butterflies. Yay. Here we go. And where's my Zoom? Here we are. And I've got Tiffany here. Got it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me get that pinned. Excellent. Okay. And on Facebook, let me see what I have here. Do I actually have it live streaming? Yes, I do. Okay, y'all. So look, Crystalline is exceptionally congested. So this is not going to be a pretty session. It's going to be full of hacking and coughing. I do have a little bit of tea remedy, but I'm so sorry that this is not going to be very graceful. I will do the best that I can, though. So look, for today's session, you're going to need workbook number 5. Because remember, there's a part of workbook number 5, I told you on day 5, that you would need this last page completed, yeah? So you'll need your journal because I do not have a new workbook for you for today. So you'll need your journal or your notebook and pen, and you'll need this last page of workbook number 5. So if you all can start getting that prepared, it would be great. And I'm sorry that, okay, and when I say the last page of workbook number 5, it's actually page 6 of workbook number 5. All right. So let me just make sure I have my workbook open. That's good. All right, here we go. So I want to thank you all for joining me here today. And the idea for today's session is to help you get your head around how you're going to make money as a spiritual life coach, okay? How will you make your first $40,000 in your coaching business? And if you think about it, just in general, if you think about it, if you earn $1,000 a month as a life coach, that's going to give you $12,000 for your first year. And if you earn $2,000 for your first month, if you earn $2,000 a month for the first year, that's going to give you $24,000 for your first year. If you earn $3,000 a month, it's going to give you $36K. And if you do $4,000, it's going to give you $48K. So some of you, depending on where you are in your natural income earning capabilities, you might scoff at those numbers and think, oh, those numbers are very small. I need to earn more. Well, no problem. Watch today's session, see how I get you to 40K, and know that if you want to make 80K during your first year, you just have to double the numbers that I give you, okay? And if you think, wow, you're on the other end of the spectrum and you think, oh gosh, I've not ever, I can't imagine making that much money in my business. Well, I'm going to give you a formula that's going to show you how to do it. Okay. So, so Spiritual Life Coach Startup Bootcamp ends on Wednesday. So believe it or not, I've got 3 more days of things to share with you. I want to give you, though, this invitation to meet with me to talk about how you can work with me in my program. So I'm going to pop the link into, as soon as I find it. Oh my God, where on earth is the booking link? Oh, I've got so many links on this page and none of them are the right ones. I think if I, gosh, there must be a link somewhere. And again, sorry. Ladies, I see you all on Facebook. There is no workbook for today. As I explained yesterday, I'm working alone. I don't have my assistant, and I am not in a position to be able to kind of do that myself. So to create the workbooks myself. So Rebecca needs a day off, and so I'm sorry, I don't have a workbook for you. You'll need to use your notebook. And there was no email sent today. I don't know why there wasn't an email sent. Actually, there should have been an email sent. So I'm not sure why you didn't get it. Leanne, I'm not sure. Sorry about that, but I don't know why, because they did go out. Oh, you're probably talking about the, gosh, sorry guys. You're probably talking about the email with the workbook. You're correct. There is no workbook, so there is no email. Just like there wasn't one for yesterday. Okay. All right, Leanne. Okay, you said you're here and not on Zoom. Okay, so do you need the Zoom link? The Zoom link is in the, if you want to come on Zoom, you're more than welcome to. There's a link to Zoom in the description of this video. And so you are more than welcome to, you're more than welcome to use the link that's in the description of the video if you want to join us on Zoom. Okay. All right. So, right. The link that you need, let me give you that. Okay. I'm going to just pop that here in the, let's see, I'm going to pop that here in the session comments. There we go. Boom. Just when you're ready to book, use the link there. And I'm going to pop it here as well. There we go. And there we go. There's the chat. You guys, I am so sick. I've gone for years without having any kind of sickness, and this year I've had COVID once and a really bad cold now. So it's only been 2 months of the year and I've been sick twice. It does not feel good. I am not happy about it, but I am aware of what's going on. I know what Spirit is doing with me here, and I've got a little resistance to some things that are going on, and Spirit is like, oh, we're just going to make you sick and you'll deal with the resistance. So that's what's happening. So my apologies that I'm not showing up here in top form, but at least I'm here, and that actually does feel pretty good. Okay. So, now I know that you all did not come into spiritual life coaching so that you could make a lot of money. I'm pretty sure that most of you are not coming into this because your first thought was, I need to work for myself and make a lot of money. I think I'll be a life coach. I don't think it went down like that. Okay. I believe that you probably chose this vocation out of a sincere desire to be of service to people, and because you want to help people live their best lives, okay? The business side and the potential income you could earn was probably further down on your priorities list. The thing is, you do have to earn money to support yourself, your family, and your dreams. And, you trying to be a life coach and not knowing how to grow your business and being broke and unable to pay your own rent, or not being able to afford healthcare, or your clothing is threadbare while you're trying to help other people improve their lives, I'm not sure that that's a great formula either. And the thing is, maybe you've never done this, you've never done this kind of work before. And so you don't know how to generate income for yourself. And that is perfectly fine. You do have time to learn. So like right now, let's say that right now you only earn $40,000 a year. And, that takes care of your basic living, and, you're able to pay your rent. You're doing well. You're earning 40 grand a year. But that's working full time. And you want more, you want to earn more in your life because you need to be able to fund your retirement, education for your children. You're going to get older, healthcare is going to get more expensive. A lot of reasonable, you need, and you don't want to have to be relying on credit cards like for everything, Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. Let me mute. Okay. So these are reasons why you need to be able to learn how to build your business in a way that brings you significant income. Okay. And when I say significant, your income needs are going to be different than mine. That's just the way it goes. But what we want is for you to understand what your needs are and to live a life where you feel entitled to pursue your bigger dreams, your bigger hopes, your bigger aspirations. If you only feel like you're entitled to just survive, then that is not, I don't want to say it's not good enough, but I am going to say that you could do better because you're a child of God. You have infinite potential. And if you can conceive of yourself doing something outside the realm of survival, so you're not just surviving, but you're actually maybe thriving. You're thriving with your family. You're thriving in your health. You're thriving, as you give yourself a vacation. You're thriving as you go out and get some new clothing that feels flattering and exciting. You're thriving as you go into the grocery store and you're not buying the cheapest cuts of meat that are loaded with hormones and, to make them bigger so that you can stretch them out more and pay less. Okay. These are raising your own personal standards to some level and then telling the universe that you do want to manifest that for yourself. Okay. Again, the wonderful news is that you can manifest this by learning how to run your business properly. Okay. So today, that's what we're going to be working on. Today, I'm going to introduce you to my very, very, very simple approach to building and growing your business, your divine coaching business, okay? And I'm starting off with a number that's $40,000. And look, No coach, no business coach brags about you earning $40,000. Like everyone talks about six figures, like, oh, 100,000, 250,000, 400,000, 500,000, 800,000, seven figures, $1 million, right? Everybody's bragging about that. And they're really like, excited about that. Well, I'm not excited about that for you all, because if you start to aim for those big numbers, then you won't be able to actually build your business effectively, because it's important to understand that a six-figure coach, so even making like your first $80,000, it's not even six figures yet, but your first $80,000 is just like 100,000. So just getting to 80,000 requires that your business has certain components in place. Now, in my spiritual life coach certification for Badass Butterflies program, I'm helping you build the foundation for your business. So I'm giving you all the structures and helping you build them, helping you create the content, helping you write the scripts, all the content you need for your first 2 to 3 years in business, okay? So getting your website set up, getting your ideal client, all those things I'm helping you do. And once you've mastered that, right, you put yourself out there for the first year, and then the next year you grow, you build on that, okay? And then the third year you build on that, and the third year is when your business is really rocking. So I really like to suggest that you aim for earning around $40,000 your first year. That'll take you out of your comfort zone. Like earning $40,000 in a year as a solopreneur is a lot of money. And look, I don't, sorry guys. I don't mean like that's a lot of money, but the fact is, you generating $40,000 in your own business is freaking badass. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, what background you came from, but if you actually brought in sales and they totaled up to $40,000, I think you need to look in the mirror and be like, badass, right? I'm serious about this. So I'm talking to you about that. Okay, so why don't you all give me your feedback on this? I'm sitting here saying it. In the comments, let me know what you think about earning $40,000 in your first year. If you think that you want to earn more in your first year in business, please tell me, because I'm making an assumption. I think it's a big deal, but maybe you all are much more ambitious and much more qualified than I was, okay? Because I did not make that much money in my first year as a life coach, okay? So in the comments, let me know what you all think about this number. And let's see, I'm going to also open up Facebook here. Glad you made it, Jacqueline. And there is no workbook for today. You'll just need to use your notebook, okay? All right. And I'm assuming, Raven, that you saw that or you heard that note, because I think I made it after you were signed on. All right. Very good, y'all. So let's work on the first 40K together, all right? And what I had said when we met on Friday was that there was one page. You should already have the Friday, the workbook from day 5. Oops. Crystalline's clicking all sorts of wrong things here. You should have the workbook from day 5. Stephanie says, that sounds like an amazing starting point. Yes. Leanne says, I'm good with 40,000. Great. Stephanie says, I'm over here because, oh, it cut out on Facebook. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm glad you're here though. Let me just refresh and see if I need to like log back in. I think it's up and working now. It looks like it advanced a little bit. So thank you for the feedback though, Stephanie. Oh, here we go. So here's day 5, the day 5 workbook page that I need you all to pull up, because you're going to just want to have these answers. You're going to want to have these answers. Bootcamp, share. Okay. And this should look familiar. This is page 6 of the day 5 workbook. And basically what I've asked you to do here is to sit down and figure out how much money you spend every month going out. So what's your expenditures? What are your expenditures on average every month? And then I asked you to put down how much money you want to make in your first year of business. Now, if you all want to share with me what you wanted to make, that would be great. Feel free to share that with me in the comments. Otherwise, we can just fill in 40,000 as our, just for the purpose of the class, okay? Then down here, I had you write down your current income streams. So for example, if you have your full-time job, you would write that here. If you are getting some kind of child support or spousal support, you could put that here. If you've got a pension, you could put that here. If you've got some income property, you could put that there. Maybe you have a part-time job, consulting or whatever. Just list your income streams. That's what you should have done. And then over here, you can fill this in after today's class. This can be a part of your home fund, your basic business income streams. We're going to talk about these. Well, we're going to start talking about them now, but you can fill these in later. All right. So before you start thinking about your income, you have to start understanding how much money you need to make. So can you all, excuse me, can you all please in the comments share with me what your basic monthly expenditures totals are? How much do you spend per month on everything, right? This is your total budget. You get your hair done, you get your nails done, you buy groceries, you get, you take your kids for such and such. You have to buy this for your kids, you pay this for the kids, you do this for yourself, your rent, of course, utilities, all that stuff. What are your totals looking like, ladies? Okay, so 3,000, 2,000. And let me also check on Facebook too. And Jacqueline says 40K would be awesome. Great. Very good. Excellent. So around, let's see, let me just double check my numbers here. But if I'm not mistaken, actually, it's better that I don't use my own mind. I'm going to just use my calculator. $40,000 a month divided by 12 months gives you $33.33. So $3,333 is how much your income would be if you were if you were earning $40,000 a year. So for all of you that have shared with me here, you have, that would give you more than enough money to survive, okay? And for those of you who are a little bit on the I'm going to say less simple side, as Tiffany says, I live a simple life. I need just $2,000. Okay. Yeah. By comparison, my life is a lot less simple. I need about $8,000. Okay. So this is why I say it doesn't matter what your number is. Your number is personal to you, and you need to celebrate your number. Now, if your number is not as expansive, if the simple life is good for you, but there are things that you are not doing because you don't have the money to do, then, considering bringing in more income can definitely expand your life. If it's money that's kind of keeping you in a state where you're not doing as much, if you want to add something like travel, excuse me, as I said, retirement, so that you can retire not even in style, but with some safety and security. Maybe you want to have some investments in the stock market. Maybe you want to buy some property. You need money for that. Let's face it, right? You need money for that. So Jacqueline says she needs about 3K, but would love to have 5 to 6K. Yes, absolutely. Yes. And the thing that's wonderful is once you establish the foundation for 40K, it's actually really easy to inch that up to 60K and to inch that up to 80K. It's not hard, because once you have the great foundation, you are in a position to multiply. The sky is the limit, because this is your business. You can add all sorts of things to grow your business, and the thing is, you're a creative soul. There's a lot you can do. So we'll be talking about that. The other thing to kind of, just one last thing on this subject. If we are being very honest with ourselves, I want to hear from you all in the comments. What are some of the things that you are not doing, that you're not doing because you don't have enough money? What are some of the things you are not doing because you don't have the money to do it? And if you can tell me some things that are important, that would be really, really helpful. Okay, so just in the comments, let me know what you're doing or what you're not doing because you don't have enough money. And let me blow my nose a bit here. Let me mute myself. Yeah, you all, yes, beautiful. Those are beautiful answers, y'all. Taking care of my dad's property and probate, investing, traveling, seeing my family in New York, self-care practices, getting new clothes, getting my nails and hair done, fixing my place like I need. Yes, sure. And the wonderful thing about understanding that there's more that you could be doing. And here's the thing. There's a lot of us who have a mindset which we think, oh, if I start getting into those things, then I'm going to start becoming more obsessed with those things. And that's not necessarily true. Just because you, how do I say this the right way? If you're the type of person who is generous with their money, and you're balanced, and you love spirituality, you love talking to people about spiritual things, you love meditation, you love prayer, you love going to your church home, you love connecting with people through your heart. For some reason, people think that because they all of a sudden have money, that they stop doing all those things. And actually, that's completely 100% false. okay? As I've grown in my income, I have found that I have a lot more time to do things for people who need my help. I am of service now more than I've ever been because I have more time. I have more I have more liberty, more freedom, and I've also got more resources to share with people. It's amazing, actually. So be careful. Be careful with how you're looking at the world, understanding that earning more money is just an expansion of the person you already are. Now, if you have been hiding a greedy, envious, mean-spirited little demon inside you, and you get some money, then there's a good chance that that greedy little mean demon might come out and start ruining things for you, okay? You might start seeing a side of yourself that you suppressed. But the chances are that's actually not going to happen. And the universe will give you a little slap in the face and say, hey, honey, wake up. You do realize that you've had a little demon that's been hiding, and now that demon's awake. Put that demon back to sleep. Excuse me. My point is that if you're a generous, kind person now, if I give you $1 million, you're going to be a generous, kind person, and you're going to figure out how to like use that $1 million in a way that's going to help yourself and your family and your community. That's how I am. Anyway, Jacqueline says, I want the financial freedom to do more stuff with my kids. We unschool and love going to places, having memberships to all the museums. Exactly. Exactly. How fun to be able to do that with your kids. Also have long-term plans of growing a nonprofit. I need startup funds. Yes, honey. Yes. Yes. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Oh my God, I've got 2 of you over here talking about nonprofits. Yes. Beautiful. Yes, another nonprofit organization that wants to get started over here. So you see what I'm talking about? There is so much opportunity to do well for other people when you have a lot of money, you know? So my point is simply watch yourself for any negative beliefs that might be sabotaging you, and let yourself know that you can expand, and it's you that expands as you start inviting more income, and particularly income that you're generating. That is very powerful, to be the businesswoman who is creating this for herself. Okay. So in order for you to be able to earn your first $40,000, you need to have a few things in place. I'm going to stop my screen share because I need you all to see me with my runny nose, my congestion, okay, my swollen eyes. I need you all to see me. I'm just kidding. I'm just being silly, but this is cracking me up right now. I'm so congested and just whatever. I don't know who like fed us the illusion that like Europe has better meds than America, but I'm here to tell you that American medication is really good. Like I can go to Rite Aid or Walgreens and go find a cough remedy that is so effective. I can get a decongestant that will dry it up in a minute. I can go get some good old ibuprofen, and I don't have to ask anybody about it. But here in France, let me tell you, you got to talk to the pharmacist about everything, okay? If I want to just buy some peroxide, okay? They have it behind the counter. Like, you can go to Rite Aid and you can go to the grocery store and buy a big old bottle of peroxide for $1.50 in the US, okay? In France, they give you a little tiny bottle and it's like $10 and it's not stronger, okay? And they tell you things like, this is for bleaching. And I'm like, I'm using it to gargle with. And they're like, what? And I'm like, never mind, you did not hear me say that. Anyway, I'm just celebrating America and American drugs because it's helpful. I try to do things as naturally as I possibly can, but then there are times like this when I'm just like, yeah, no, I need some real meds. Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, man, I do have I got some tenacity up in here, sister. Yes, indeed. Thank you. So what do we need to do in order to earn that $40,000? Well, there need to be a few things in place. First of all, you need to have a Facebook group that has at least 600 members. Excuse me. You need to have at least 350 people who are on your email list. And you need to be enrolling 6 to 10 people in your signature offer or your flagship offer, your primary transformation program. You need to be doing that a few times a year, okay? Not just once, but you got to do it a few times a year. And you need to have a few private one-on-one clients that you're seeing consistently over the course of the year, all right? So let's back that up. First of all, if you all have a question about anything that I have said, please type your questions into the chat and I will respond happily. All right. So basically, why do I have these numbers? Where did I get the number of 600 people in your Facebook group, 350 people on your email list, 6 to 10 people coming into your transformational program, and a few private one-on-one clients? Well, I hope you're going to see that as I'm working out the numbers in a few minutes. But the thing that you have to kind of start to understand in your mind is that as a business owner or as a coach, you need consistent flow of energy. You need a consistent flow of energy in. You need new people to see you, and you need the old people to also see you. So you need eyes on you all the time, all right? So if you launch your Facebook group and you've grown that to like 600 people, out of those 600 people, you're probably going to have about 100 people who are watching you, who are aware of you. There are a lot of people who come into a Facebook group, they come in and they go out, they never engage with what you're doing. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We care about, excuse me, we care about the 100 people who are watching and listening, okay? Because those are the people who will eventually buy from you, okay? So what we tend to know is that out of 600 people, there are about 100 that are on your radar. But it's also important to know that out of those 600 people, only six will actually buy from you. So out of 600 people in your Facebook group, only 6 will actually be willing to invest their money with you. And I don't know how you all feel about that. You can let me know how you feel about this in the comments. But what I want to say is that it really doesn't matter because the numbers are adjustable. People are going to do what they're going to do. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube have algorithms that may work for you or may work against you. You can only control what other people are doing to a certain degree. So your job is going to be to actually focus on what you do know and build your business based on what you do know. All right. So you might think, oh, I got 600 members in my group. Well, yeah, celebrate that because out of those 600, you got 6 clients that will enroll with you. That's really good. Okay. All right. And it's the same kind of principle with the email list. Okay. People are watching you through your emails. Okay. And the key, as I said, is to start off and to enroll 6 to 10 people in your signature offer program every year. And you need to add in some private one-on-one clients. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just check in and see how you all are doing. Can we use TikTok and YouTube too? You absolutely can. Yes, I have no training whatsoever for TikTok, but I am certain that what I'm going to help you create, you will be able to translate to TikTok yourself without a problem. You will have YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, Stephanie. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. All right. So what are some of the things that you have to have in place? Well, and I call these abbreviated objectives. So you need to build a funnel to bring your clients to you. You need to know who your ideal client is. You need to establish your offerings and create your framework. You need to do your messaging. You need to create your signature offer. You need to have a calendar of, your marketing strategy. You need to know your spiritual philosophy. You should have a web presence. I'm a big believer in a website and a blog. I think that those are wonderful ways to help people feel safe when they're buying from you. But setting up also your lead magnets, such as any ebooks that you're going to be writing, or any downloads that you want to offer for free. For example, you might do some meditations or things like that. That you record and give to people in exchange for their email. Those things are all very, very helpful. Okay. So having all that stuff in place, then you should be able to be attracting people into your group, into your email list, and then eventually into signing up with you. So let's do a little bit of math here. And let's see, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to start it over here, create this new document. And so do you all know what I mean when I say launch? Launch, not lunch. What do I mean when I say launch your program? Can you all type that into the comments for me? What do I mean when I say you need to launch your program? Okay. I'm going to share my screen again. Share screen. Here we go. This is the one. Okay. So Launching, I lost my chat. Here we go. It's there. Yeah, nailed it, Leanne. Make it available. Make your program available to people. Absolutely, that's what launching means. It's simply a way of saying making your program available to the public, opening the doors so that people know that they can come in. Have an enrollment period is what Stephanie says. Absolutely. 100%. You all are both right. Excuse me. So once you've built your website, created your Facebook group, and of course, you've built your signature offer, then what you need to do is launch your offer. And that means that you're going to start inviting people in. The key will be to enroll as many people as you can and that you can handle, okay? Now, I suggest that you plan to launch your signature offer 3 times in your first year in business, okay? You're going to launch it 3 times. So you'll be doing your first launch. Let's say for those of you who have enrolled in my program, okay, my certification program, it starts not this week, but the following week, okay? You'll be done with you'll be done with the program by the end of December of this year, okay? So your coaching business will be up and running and you will have already launched, okay? So your launch schedule for the year would be December 2023, April 2024, and then August 2024, and then December 2024. So you would do 3 times in 1 year. I'm going to just throw that right here, okay? So this would be your launch schedule. Now, for your first launch, let's say that you do your signature offer and it's an 8-week program, okay? You're going to help a person transform their pain in 8 weeks. And in that 8-week program, you are going to give them 8 weekly group coaching calls of 60 to 90 minutes. And, the assumption is that you're going to bring in 6 to 10 people to your program. 6 to 10 people should be in your group, okay? And this is an ambitious number. Along with that, you're going to offer, so they get the weekly coaching. So every week you're going to meet with them as a group, but every other week you're going to meet with them privately, one-on-one, to make sure that they're getting what they need. As a new life coach, you want to be spending a little bit more one-on-one time with people because you need to learn more about them and you want to make sure they're okay. And you want to take that opportunity to learn what's going on in their mind so that you can improve your program and your own offerings and give depth to your knowledge, okay? So definitely bi-weekly private coaching sessions of 50 to 60 minutes are great, okay? You also want to have office hours where you are inviting your people to come in to get more information from you, to get help on the things that you're teaching them. You'll have a private Facebook community for these people who have enrolled with you. And of course, you're going to have your videos, workbook, worksheets, exercises, and feedback. All that stuff is a part of what you offer. And let's say you charge $1,500 per person for the 8 weeks. So that's about $750 a month that they pay for your coaching program. And if you charge $1,500 and you bring in one person, you've brought $1,500 in revenue for 2 months. So that's $750 per month. All right, I'm going to pause right there and I'm just going to check in and see if you all have any questions about what I'm sharing with you. It looks like you all are doing just fine. Okay, very good. Okay, so if you enroll 6 people into your program, you're going to have $9,000 in revenue because 6 times 15 is 9,000. Okay. Well, yes, 90, but 9,000, 1,500. Okay. So $9,000 would be your revenue for that first launch. That would be $4,500 per month. All right. Okay. I hope that's making sense. If you have questions, let me know. Okay. Now, so in 4 months, so this was like your December launch, yeah? Launch 1, December 2023. Now, excuse me, for launch 2, and this is perfectly reasonable to do. Okay, so for launch 2, this will be, we said April of 2024. You're going to relaunch your group coaching program again. You will have made upgrades and improvements and you'll have testimonials, okay? It's the same program. You're still running it the same way, but you know more and you're a stronger coach because you've taken those first 6 people through the program. So you feel very confident now. You know what you're doing. And all your people are like, this was an awesome program. I did well. I had these improvements, okay? You can raise the price a little bit and maybe raise it to $1,800 because you know what you're doing. If you bring in one person, you'll bring in $1,800 in revenue. If you enroll, maybe you enroll more people, okay? Because you're really that confident and people are really listening to what you're doing. Look, even while you're running this program, okay, just because you're teaching this group, these people, it doesn't mean that you've stopped running your blog, your Facebook group, and sending your emails. You still have to do all those things, okay? So you're still doing your regular things to grow your business, but you're also teaching your class at the same time. This is one reason why I say that you shouldn't shoot for $100,000 in your first year, because this is a lot of work that you're doing. It's a lot that you're creating. So it's better to relax and, aim for some reasonable numbers and grow yourself. And you can always increase your numbers later, okay? If you've had a successful run here, I think that you can increase to this reasonably at this time, because this is still well below what coaches are charging for transformational programs, okay? So what we've done here is basically increased our potential revenue. We've gone from 1,500 to 1,800, and we've gone from 1,800 to 18,000. I'm sorry, we've gone from 9,000 to 18,000 because we've raised our price and added more people, okay? And for the third launch, which you're going to do in another 4 months, it's the same formula. So again, your program is getting stronger and stronger every time you launch it. You're becoming a better launcher. You're becoming a better teacher. You're working with people now. So there's a lot less fear, doubt, intimidation within you. So people are willing to listen to you more now. You're more of an authority, okay? And you're running the same program. So you're not doing 3 different programs where all of them are just mediocre. You're building one program and you're improving it, improving it, improving it. So it's getting better and better and better. Okay. So you're running this program again. This is going to be the one that you do in August of 2024. And again, you're doing it with upgrades, improvements, and you've got, of course, now even more testimonials about how great it is, because it's going to be great. And if it's not great, then you need to fix it. Okay, if it's not a great program, then you need to fix it. Yeah. And that's okay. You can learn how to build a great program. That's what I'm here for. So let's say you do that, and now you've raised your revenue to $2,000 per person, and you bring in one person, you've brought in $2,000, and if you bring in 10 people, you've brought in $20,000 in revenue. Now, the question that a lot of people ask is, can you charge more than that? Yeah, you certainly can charge more than that. You get to charge however much you want. The key is to make sure that what you're charging falls within your own integrity. Can you charge less? You certainly can. I had one of my graduates say to me, Crystalline, I'm not happy to charge, more than $700 for my program. And I said, why not? And she's like, well, I don't know. I'm just not comfortable asking for more than that. And I said, that's perfectly fine. She said that at the beginning of our certification. By the time she finished her program, which is gorgeous, her program combines working and healing the chakras along with yoga, along with shadow work, and like making some healthy lifestyle changes. But it was mainly based on chakra healing, shadow work, and yoga. Beautiful program. And she put so much work into it. And she's like, the transformation that I'm bringing is incredible. And I said, yeah. And she's like, I don't want to charge just $700 for it. I said, okay, well, how much do you want to charge? And she's like, I think I'd like to start off with $1,800. And I said, excellent. And so that's what she's running it at. And it works for her because, number one, she made that shift. Energetically, she felt more aligned with a higher number. It works for her. So you all get to set this up according to how you feel. But I'll tell you, after you've put so much work into building your business, you're not going to want to give it away for cheap. And you shouldn't give it away for cheap, because you're putting your whole heart and soul into it. It's like an artist who creates, a beautiful sculpture. You're not going to ask them, hey, I know you spent, 3 years working on this, but can I get that from you for like $200? And the sculpture will be like, no, it's priced at blah, blah, blah. And that's what I'd like for it. You wouldn't haggle over that. This is your work of art, man. Okay. All righty. Checking in just to see if you all have any questions. I think y'all are doing okay. but let me not take it for granted, okay? Okay. Hey there, Buddha. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Okay, that helps if I lift this up. All right. Going to blow my nose again, y'all. See if I can get a little clarity. All right, so look, I'm going to give you all these figures. I have these totals down here. And I've got these totals broken down into 3 parts, or 4 parts, actually. Copy. And I think you all should be able to see this here. So I've got your returns, okay? Bold returns, bold attitude, and hard work, and some good luck, okay? Bold. You give it your all, do the mindset work, do the assignments, engage within the community, get support from your mentor, and deal with your resistance. These are the numbers, okay, that you will generate during a launch. Or per person. It's probably, at this point, it's not even about the launch, it's about just the numbers. So let's say that over the course of 1 year, you enroll 6 people at $1,500. You'll have $9,000 for your revenue for that year. If your pricing is at $1,800 and you maybe enroll 10 people, then you'll have $18,000 in revenue. And you all can change these numbers around. So like, what if you charge $1,800 times 6 people? Well, you would just figure out what that number is and that'll let you know, okay? These are just here as sample numbers for you. But if you enroll 20 people at, or $2,000 per person and you enroll 20 people, then you'll get, then this will be your yearly revenue. Now, if you do this over the course of a year, okay, you do 3 launches. The first one you enroll 6 people, 10 people, then 10, excuse me, you will have a total of 47,000 US dollars. So that's your first 40K, all right? These are not these are not remarkable numbers. You know, and you can adjust them according to your own kind of speed. I call these bold, like for the person who's really bold and quite aggressive with their doing the work and really holding themselves accountable. Maybe you're not quite so bold, but maybe you're a little bit more modest in your approach, okay? You're doing all the work and you're doing your best, but you're still battling some mindset limitations, for example, okay? Maybe your numbers are a little bit weaker, okay? Instead of 6, 10, and 10, maybe you're 4, 6, and 6, okay? These are what your numbers would look like. And of course, you can always play around with the numbers. Like if you kept the price at $1,500 and you brought in 6 people, what would that be? Or maybe these numbers are still uncomfortable for you, like they were for my little client. She wanted to start off at $750. Okay, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. 750 times 4, I think, is $3,000. There's nothing wrong with making $3,000 on your first launch. That's beautiful. Okay. Now, if you're really kind of timid, and you're not really working at it like you could be, maybe you've got some inner demons, you're kind of holding yourself back. But you're trying, you're kind of going through the motions. And let's say you charge it out. Here we go, the numbers. You charge it just $700 per person. Okay, and then you get 2 people, you got 1,400, 4 people, 2,800, 6 people, 4,200. All together for that first year in business, you've earned $8,400. This could also be great if you are working a full-time job and maybe you don't have a lot of time, right? Maybe you only can really accommodate 4 people, and maybe you're a little shy about the price, so you bring it here. So maybe this is what you do. All right. And of course, the last scenario is the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario, which I have down here, is you just give up and you go back to the 9-to-5 grind. That's the worst thing that can happen. And, for some of us, that's not so bad. Okay. Do you all have any questions or any comments, any feedback for me? I've got just 2 more concepts I want to give you, then I'm going to let you all go. That's right, Stephanie. Worst case scenario, no, don't give up. Okay. Excellent. Okay, you guys. All right, now let me just double check over here. Yeah, we're good. All right, so here's another option. And this is where all of your hard work starts to really pay off in interesting ways. So let's say that you've created all the things. You've created your group, you've created your offer, you've got your website up, you have all the things in place. You've run through this program that you've created 3 times and you've ironed out all the kinks and you're very happy with it. You're like, this program kicks butt, okay? You have this thing that's called self-study or evergreen. Excuse me. Self-study or evergreen. So at the end of your first year, what you can start doing is repackaging and reselling those videos along with the workbooks, worksheets, and you can even give community access through Facebook or through some other group program. And you could do that as a self-study guide, right? Like that could be a self-study program that you can sell for $1,000. And the great thing about doing that is you could create maybe an ad on Facebook, and people can buy into this particular class, or you can offer it, a couple of times a year and encourage people to join. There are a number of ways of doing this. But the idea would be for the people to be able to use your material and just take themselves through it, okay? You could sell that for $1,000. And if this were an ongoing program that was just always up and always running, you could imagine one person signing up. Maybe one person signs up over, the first 6 weeks. Then more people start signing up, right? As you're doing more marketing for it. Then maybe you get just one person per month. One person per month. That's 12 per year. That gives you an additional $12,000 in revenue that you've already done the work for, right? So you could still be launching so that there are people who want to, for people who want to work with you live and want that coaching with you personally and to be in your presence, which is a real thing. Or people who are happy to watch the replays of what you've created because you've done such a good job with them, you've improved them, and they're going to see results. So you could be running your coaching, or you could even create a different signature offer. You could be running your evergreen along with your group coaching, okay? And that would be additional revenue that, once you set it and forget it type of thing, okay? Leanne says, I really want to help low-income people, so I'm struggling between my self-worth and what my intentions are. Well, Leanne, I think that is a very wise and noble comment. One of the things, though, that you have to kind of understand when you're going into business is, and this was a mistake that I had made, I thought that I should go in and start helping low-income people. Well, the problem was that people with low or no income weren't able to pay me for my services. And so the problem was that I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't able to have insurance. I wasn't able to pay my rent. I was living on my credit cards, building up a bunch of credit card debt, and nobody was winning. Nobody was winning. And there was only so much that I could do, So what I've learned is that there are lots of different ways to help people for low price or for free. But you need to have a plan, and you need to also understand that if you're offering a big transformation, some people are more ready to do that level of work than others. And so if you can offer a signature offer, if you can have a signature offer that you charge, let's say $2,500 for, that will support you while you are doing some lower ticket offers for people who maybe can only afford $30, okay? I do not recommend that you put yourself in a situation of offering low price coaching. That is really difficult to do. And as I said, it doesn't really support you as a coach. But I do recommend that you maybe write a book, that you write a regular blog, you make a podcast, and maybe on a regular basis, you do some low price coaching for like a group of people that can come in. This way, you can kind of leverage your time and make sure that you are receiving enough income to support yourself while you're trying to help other people. I hope that makes sense, Leanne. Okay, now lastly, you're welcome, Leanne. I'm glad that it resonates with you. So look, this last thing that I want to talk to you about also exists, and that is having private one-on-one coaching sessions with people who just want to work with you one-on-one, okay? This is the way I do my sessions. I do packages. I've never sold one coaching session ever. I've always sold a package of 13. There are 13 private sessions of 50 to 60 minutes each. There, you can have workbooks, worksheets, exercises. You can offer them email support. And I'm recommending that if you do that, you do it at about $2,275 for the package. That's a good starting point for your coaching private one-on-one packages. I would use that as a starting point for my privates. And let's say that you, I'm going to use my calculator here. Let's say that over the course of 1 year, I think I wrote this out already. I don't have to use a calculator. Okay. Yeah, here we go. I have it already written out. I did the math ahead of time. So let's say that you charge, those are your numbers, and you charge $22.75 for the package, and you bring in 1 client, you'll have $22.75 for your revenue. Over the course of the year, we're looking at. So over the course of the year, you bring in 4 clients, you'll have $9,100. If you bring in 8 clients, you'll have $18,000. If you bring in 12 clients, you'll have $27,000. And from here, if you don't want to do group coaching classes, you can either, so I charge $32.76 for people who are working with me privately, $32.76. Let's just see what that is. If you have 12 clients, $32.76 times 12. That gives you exactly that gives you $39,312. Let me just jot that down. 12 clients at 32. Sorry, ladies. 12 clients at $32.76 equals $39,312. Okay. How many clients do you all want to see? Just as we're wrapping up here, how many clients would you like to see? Like on a weekly basis, let's say, or on a monthly basis. How many sessions? Let's do it that way. How many sessions do you want to have per month? And if one session is an hour, how many sessions do you want to have per month? Can you all put the numbers in the chat or the comments for me? Okay, I'm waiting for you all to type stuff in. Stephanie says 4 per week. Okay. Okay, let me look at my numbers again because I don't remember. 2275 divided by 13. Okay, that's 4 per week, 16 per month. Great, Stephanie. That is great. Excellent. 4 sessions per week, that's 16 sessions per month at $175. So I took this number, right? $22.75 for the package. I divided that by 13 sessions. Okay. That comes down to $175 per session. $175 per session. And if you do 16 sessions per month, that gives you $2,800 income, right? And so that's really just 4 clients. Excuse me, 4 clients that you see once per week. And that gives you 16 sessions per month. Okay. All right. Jacqueline said she wants to earn about $5,000 to $6,000 per month, right? Jacqueline, for you, you would need to be doing twice this. So you would be seeing 8 clients per week. Okay, 8 clients per week is a great number. That is still in the sweet spot. Seeing more than 12 clients per week, I hope I said that right. 8 clients per week is still in the sweet spot. Seeing more than 12 clients per week can become a little bit draining, depending on how you're doing it. If they're in a group, it's not draining at all. But if you're seeing them private one-on-one, that's 12 hours of you working with people. And that's kind of the equivalent energetically of 24 hours. You've got to document, book appointments, email support, all that stuff. So it's really like 24 hours of work, which is putting you at the more than part-time. I mean, it's not full-time, but it's more than part-time, but you still have to run your business. You still have to generate clients. You still have to write your blog. You still have to run your Facebook group, right? So no more than 12 private clients per week, okay? In order for Jacqueline to get her, let's see, if she charges $175, so let's say she does $6,000 and she divides that by $175 per hour, she needs 34 sessions each month in order to do that. And if we take 34 and we divide that by 4, that gives you 8.5 clients per week. 8 or 9 clients per week is what you would need to aim for. There was a time, well, okay, so now I do a lot of group classes, but there was a time when I was seeing 20 to 25 clients per week. And I have an incredible capacity for work. So that was extremely invigorating for me. But the fact is, it was really like, there was not a lot of time to do my other work. Working on my blog suffered and all this other things suffered. Okay, y'all. So that is basically, in a nutshell, what it takes to kind of get started as a life coach, earning income. If you all have any questions about this stuff, please let me know now. Otherwise, we can go ahead and sign off for the day. And we'll be back tomorrow, but I haven't made up my mind about what we're going to talk tomorrow. I have a few things that are brewing, and it's just hard for me to know right now. So I'll let you all know tomorrow. I'll send you all, when I send out the morning email, I'll let you all know exactly what the conversation's going to be. I'm just not clear yet. And this is because I'm not clear. I have to now go to the pharmacy and get some French drugs to take care of this congestion. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful Sunday.